A very good morning to all of you students. Hope so all of you are very happy and doing great in studies. As in the previous video, we have discussed all about introduction to the list, and then we have discussed about the what kind of operations we can perform on the list. Operations like we have also discussed we can perform concatenation, which means that we can merge two given list. We can join two given list, and we have also discussed about slicing. Slicing means that you can create new list from the existing list uh, by taking some elements from the new by taking some new elements by taking some elements from the existing list. You can create new list, and we have also discussed about the membership operation. Membership, which means that it checks that regarding any element which is present or not in the given list. If the element is present in the list, then it will return value true, and if the element is not present in the list, then it will return output in the form of that is false. So in today's video, we are going to cover our new topic, that is traversing a list. Before going to discuss about how to traverse a list, we have to know the basic meaning of traversing. Traversing, which means that we have to visit and access each element of the list exactly once. So we can access each element of the list or traverse a list by using for loop or while loop. As we know that in every programming language, for loop as well as while loop is very common, and these are the control statement structures which are basically used to traverse all the elements. So in case of Python, to traverse any list, we also use for loop as well as while loop. But for loop is very common and it's very easy to learn, and it's very easy to uh, use in case in your programming for the students. So list traversal by using for loop. So suppose, let us take one example. We have list 1, that is containing elements red, green, blue, yellow, black. If we want to access each and every element from this list, we have to use for loop. So for loop, the syntax is like this. For is the keyword which is used for the for loop. For item, in place of item, we can use any other variable also. We can use I, J, K, A, B, C, whatsoever you want to take, we can use. So for is the keyword and item is the user defined variable for item in list 1. The name of the list is list 1, and semicolon, then print item. So print item is basically used in order to display output on the screen. In case of Python, we are going to use print function. So uh, let us do it practically. I'm going to type my code in VS Code, Visual Studio Code. Let us take example like list is equal to square bracket. All the elements in case of list are enclosed within the square brackets. Like elements are 45, comma, 56, comma, 8, comma. Uh, let us take one string type element, that is Divya. So access each and every element of this list. So we have to use for loop. For is the keyword. For I in list, name of the list. You can use here I, J, K, whatsoever you want to take. List, semicolon. Then enter int name of the list, that is list. Control S. Now run this program. Yeah, you can see here that the output is 45, 56, 8, Divya. Output is like this. So here we can see that when we are going to print list, all the elements will be printed in the form of list. Let us see. Run this program. Output will be like this: 45, 56, 8, Divya. And how many times this is giving us output? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times. Why it's giving 4 times? Basically, we have used for I in list. I means that number of items present in the list. So number of items in the list are 1, 2, 3, 4. That is why it's displaying output 4 times. But output is in the form of list, but we want to access each and every element only once. So that is the basically traversing. To access each and every element exactly once is, for that purpose we have to use for I. That variable is will be used here, I. Let's see what will be the output. Control S, run this program. Yeah, you can see here that 45, then 56, 8, Divya. All the elements are traversed one by one exactly once. So this is the example of traversing. Now there is another way of accessing. There is another way of accessing the elements of the list by using range function as well as by using len function. Len is basically used to find the length of the given list. Length means that how many number of elements are present in the list. Suppose I have list is equal to 1, 4, 9, 16. So len function will return len of list will return print len of list. Len of list means that it will return the length of the list. So how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So only 4 elements are there in the list. We can also use range function. For using range function, first of all, we have to determine the length of the list. So we have find out the length of the length of the list is basically 4. By using this length of the list, we can use range function. Range, which means that range will start from the starting index and up to all the elements up to the upper bound. So for I in range, length of list 1 will return the value of the length of the list, and range will be contain all the elements up to the length of the list. Print list of I, which means that I is basically the index value of the element. Suppose I want to print 4. So index value of 4 is index value always starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. So the index value of 4 is basically 1, right? So if I want to access this element, how can I write? How I can write list of 2. List of 2, which means that list of 2 not list of 1. If I want to access the element 4, that is placed at index value 1. So I can write like this, list of I. So here in place of 1, I is used. I is temporary integer variable which is going to take index value of all the elements which are present in the list. Hope so this is all clear to you. Let us discuss all these things by using some examples. Yeah, I take list is equal to square bracket starts 2 comma 5 comma 8 comma 10 comma 14. These are the elements which are contained in the list. First of all, I had to find out the length of the list. So how can I found? I can write len function, len of list, control S. Yeah, let us see the output. There is no output in the console. Why so? Because we have not used print function. To get the output, print function is to be used. Print control X. Now run this program. Yeah, it is displaying in the output 5, which means that 5 is the length of the given list. 5 means that how many number of elements are present in the list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Before using range function, we have to find length of the list. So we have find out the length of the list. How can we use this in case of range function? Let the length of any list will be in the form of integer. So it can be stored in temporary variable which is of integer type. So let us take one integer, that is j is equal to length of list. Okay. So in place of length of list, always we will use j because it is acting as a variable which is holding the value, which is holding the output of the length of the list. Now, for I in range of, yeah, in order to replace len of list, we have stored it in the output of the len of list in j. So in place of len of list, we have to just write j here. I in range of j, it means that total number of elements present in the list. For I in range of j, semicolon, enter, print. Print list of I. Control S. Now run the program. Yeah, you can see here that we are going to access each and every element exactly once. First one is the 2, then 5, then 8, then 10, then 14. So now I'm going to repeat it again. First of all, we have declared here one list containing elements 2, 5, 8, 10, 14. Then we have to find the length of the list by using len function, len of list. It will return the length of the list, means that how many number of elements are present in the list, which is stored temporarily in the variable j. Now we are going to use range function. For I in range, what is the range? Range is basically the total number of elements or the length of the list. J is used here in place of len of list. Now For I will access index value of each and every element. But we have to print data element, not index value. For that purpose, we are taking here list of I, which means that value present at index value of I. Hope so it is clear to you. Now moving to the next. Our next topic is list methods and built-in functions. Built-in functions means that predefined functions. There are some functions in case of Python programming which we can use in case of uh, list. So first function is the len function. We can also specify that function as a method. You can say methods, functions, all these things are the same. So first one is the len function. Len function is basically used to find out the length of the given list. Means that it returns the number of elements present in the list. So returns the length of the list passed as an argument. So list 1 is containing elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So how many elements are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So len of list 1 return the value will be 5. As we have discussed it earlier and we have did practically also. Now list function. List function is basically used to create an empty list if no argument is passed here. So list 1 is basically a temporary data type in which we are going to store the new list. List function is going to create new list. List function will create an empty list. So list will, we are going to print list 1, output will be like this. But if I want to create a new list containing new data elements, in that case we can also pass arguments. Let us take one example, string 1, that is a, I, o, u, all these are the vowels and enclosed within the single quotes. So we are going to create new empty list that is stored in list 1. List 1 is equal to list function we are going to use here, and we are going to pass arguments. Arguments means that we are going to pass string. It will convert this data element. In case of string, this is a single data element, but after passing this data element to the list, it will convert it into another list, and all the data elements will be in the form of list. That is, it will be converted like this: a, e, I, o, u. Let us do it practically. Suppose I'm taking list is equal to okay. Let us do practically. Uh, First of all, we are going to create an empty list. List 1 is equal to list using list function. Will it display in output something? No, it will not display anything. Yeah, let us see. Run this program. No, it has displayed nothing else because we have not used print function. For displaying any kind of list in case of Python, we have to use print function. So let us take print function, print list 1. Now it will create an empty list. Run this program. You can see here that it has created an empty list. But if I want to create a list containing data elements, I have to pass that data elements as my arguments. So let me take a string argument. String is equal to, string is, for example, where list 1 is equal to, by using list function, we can create new list, and in this function we have to pass this string as arguments. So we can write here string here. Yeah. Now we are going to print our new list, print list 1. So let us see the output, run this program. Yeah, you can see here that elements are like D, I, V, Y, A. All the data element, only one data element of the string type, that is Divya, is going to convert into list type elements. So you can see here that. Moving to the next topic. So we have discussed len function is basically used to find the length of the string, to find the length of the list. List function is used to basically create new empty list if no arguments is passed. But if we are going to pass any argument in the list function, then it will create new list containing all that elements. Now we are going to discuss about append function. Append basically means that appending, appending or adding at the end of something. We can say that appending means that adding something at the end of uh, something. So in case of list, suppose I have list and containing elements 1, 2, 3. But I just want to add one more element at the end of this list. By using append function, we can append here. So how can I write list, name of the list, dot append function? Which element I want to add at the end of the list, I have to write here. Suppose I want to add 10. So in the output, it will display new list that is containing elements 1, 2, 3, and 10. That will be the output. So let us discuss about it. Appends a single element passed as an argument at the end of the list. So append function is basically used to append only and only single element at the end of the list. A list can be appended as an element to the existing list. Suppose we have list 1 containing elements 10, 20, 30, 40. I just want to append 50. So list 1, name of the list, dot append function. 50 I just want to append here. So in the output, we will get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That will be the output. But if I want to append more elements, so list 1 dot append 50, 60. So it will display like this 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50, 60. It will take it as a single data element. It will take it as a single data element because append function is just add single element at the end. So it will be taken as the single element. Yeah, let us do it practically. I have list is equal to containing elements 10, 52, 4, 85. Suppose, and I have to add one more element. Suppose I want to add list dot append. What I want to add? Suppose I want to add 50. After appending new element at the end of the list, we have to print new list. So for that purpose, we are going to use print function, print of list. Control S, let us see the output, run this program. Yeah, you can see here that output is like 10, 52, 485, 50. 10, 52, 485, 50. So this is the output. We can see here that 10, 52, 485 and 50 is amended, is added at the end of the given list. Now let us take one more example. If I just want to append element like that, I'm going another list that is containing elements 2, comma 3. Let's see what will be the output. In that case, it will take 2 and 3 only as a single element and will be added at the end of the given list. Run this program. Yeah, you can see here that 10, 52, 485 and 2 and 3 are taken as the single data element and appended at the given list. So one question will come in your mind that if we want to add 2 and 3 as the separate elements, what we have to done in that case? So in that case we can use extend function. Extend function is basically used to add more elements at the end of the given list. So in order to add only single element, we have to use only append function. But if we want to add two or more elements at the end of the list, we have to use extend function. So in place of append, we have to use extend keyword here. Control S. Now run this program. Yeah, you can see here that in the output 10, 52, 485. These are the elements which have been taken from the list, existing list, but 2 and 3 are added at the end as separate elements. We can add more elements here by giving comma. Well, let's see. Control S. Now run this program. You can see here that 2, 3, 12 are added at the end of the given list. So moving forward. So append function is basically used to append single element. But if we want to append more than one element, appends each element of the list passed as an argument at the end of the given list. Suppose we have list 1 that is containing 10, 20, 30 and list 2 containing elements 40, 50. So if I want to add at the end of the list 1 all the elements of the list 2, we can use here that list 1 dot extend function and by passing argument list by passing as argument list 2. We can use here as argument list 2, that is name of the list containing elements, or we can directly pass all the data elements by passing like that uh, square bracket 40, 50 as we have discussed and we have did it practically earlier. So in the output we have to print list 1. So list 1 it will contain all the elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Hope so all these things have been clear to you now. Yeah, this is another function which is used in case of Python and this is insert. Insert function is basically used to insert any given element at a particular index value. At a particular index value, append function is basically used to add elements on the end, only at the end of the list, and it append only single element. It can add only single element. And extend function is used to add more than two, one, two through three up to so on. How number of elements can be added at the end of the list. But if I just want to insert any element in between the list at any given index value, so in that case we have to use insert function. Inserts an element at a particular index value in the list. So let us take one example here. List 1 containing elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So index value of 10 is 0. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose I just want to add 25. I just want to add 25 at the index value 2. So for that purpose, we have to use insert function. List 1 dot insert. Within the brackets, we have to use index value at which we have to place new value, comma, new value which we want to insert. So 2 is the insert value, index value, sorry. Here at second index value, we have to insert 25. So after printing list 1, output will be like this. It will contain 10, 20, at 0, at 1 same, but at second position it will insert 25 and it will be shifted to the right. So it will be like this: 10, 20, 25, then 30, then 40, then 50. So you can see here that insert function is basically used to add any element at a given index value in the list in between any index value at any position in between the given list. Now come to the next function, which is going to discuss count. It returns the number of times a given elements appear in the list. Suppose any data element is appearing two or more than two times. So in order to uh, calculate how many number of times that particular element is existing in the list, so we have another function, that is count function. Count function, it returns the number of times a given element is appears in the list. Suppose we have list 1 that is containing 10, 20, 30, 10, 40, 10. So I just want to calculate how many times 10 is appearing in the list. So 10 here, 10 here, and here is also 10. So 10 is basically appearing in the list three times. You can see here that. So in that case, we have to use count function. So list 1 dot count, and within the brackets we have to give the data element which we want to count. So it will return 3 as the output. List 1 dot count 90. So 90 is not present in the given list, so it will return 0 in the output because 90 is not present in the given list. Now let us do all these things practically. Insert function as well as count function. Suppose I have list containing elements square bracket within the square brackets 8, 5, 21, 4. One more element. I just want to insert a new element. List dot insert uh, at index value 1, 20. So at index value 1, it will index value 1, it will add new element, that is 20. So 0, 1. So here output will be like this: 8. In place of 5, the output here will be 20. 8, 20, 5 will be shifted to the right, 21, 4 and all. Now we have to print new list. Print function is used here, list. Control S and run this program. Yeah, you can see here that output is like this: 8, then 20, because at the index value 1, 20 has to be inserted. 8, 20, then 5, then 21, 4, 10. So we have seen the example of the insert function. Let us take example of count, delete. Suppose I just want to know the how many times 21 is existing in the list. How many times? So number of count. So for that purpose, list dot count function is used here. And I just want to know that how many times 21 is existing in the list. So list dot count 21. So control S. Yeah, you can see here that nothing is displayed in the output because we have not used print function. So in that case, we have to use print function to display output on the screen. Yeah, control S and run this program. You can see here that 1 is the output, which means that 21 is appearing in the list only one time. Suppose I am writing here 21 one more time. In that case, control S. Let's see what will be the output. Yeah, 2 is the output. Here we can see that 2 times, which means that 21 is appearing in the list 2 times. Suppose I want to know that how many times 20 is existing, 20 is appearing in the list. For that purpose, let's know. Yeah, 0 is displaying in the output because 20 is not present in the given list. Hope so all these things have been clear to you by taking more examples and by doing all these things practically. We have discussed all these things theoretically as well as practically. Now moving forward. Yeah. Find function. Basically find function is used to find the in order to find the index value of any given data element. Suppose I want to find index value of 30. So index value starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for 30 index value is 2. To know the index value of any given element in the list, we have to use find function. But question will come in your mind that if any data element is appearing in the list more than once, so what will be the index value in that case? In that case, it will return that data element present at the first appearance of that element in the index value. Suppose I just want to know the index value of the 10. Here 10 is appearing in the list. Here 10 and here is also present 10. So it will return the index value of the 10 when it is appearing in the first time. It's appearing first time, that will be the index value. So 10 is appearing here at the first time, so index value will be 0. Similarly, for the case of 20, if I want to know the index value of 20, in that case, here 20 is present, index value is 1. 20 is present here also, index value is 3. So it will return index value 1 because 20 is appearing first time at the index value of 1. So syntax is basically like this: list 1, name of the list, dot index, and the data element is passed as an argument. For that we have to know the index value. So here we want to know the index value of the 20, right? So it's displaying 1 as the output because 20 is present at the 1 index value. Let us take one more example. List 1 dot index 90. What about the 90 data element? Because 90 is not present in the given list, so index value of that element will not be displayed, and value error because 90 is not in the list, it will display like this. So let us do some examples of the find functions practically. Delete. Suppose I want to know the index value of the 21. List dot index 21. I just want to know the index value of the 21. Let's see, will it display something in output? No, it will not display because no, it has not displayed anything because we have not used we have not used print function. In order to get output for anything on the screen, we have to use print function. So here we have to use print function, print control s, and yeah, you can see here that 2 is displaying in the output because 21 is present at the index value 2, 8 is present at 0, 5 is present at 1, 21 is present at the 2. 21 is present at the 2. 21 is also existing later, but it will display first appearance of the element which is present at the index value. So moving forward, see the next function, remove. Remove function is used to uh, remove function basically means that if I want to remove any element from the given list, in that case I have to use remove function. It removes the given element from the list if the element is not if element is present multiple times. If the element is present multiple times, then in that case which element we have to remove? In that case it will remove only the first occurrence of that element. Only the first occurrence is removed. If the element is not present in the list, the value error is generated. For example, we have list 1 containing elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 30. And I just want to remove element 30. As we can see here that 30 is present 2 times. Yeah. So it will remove 30 that is present earliest, that is present at the first appearance. So it will remove like this. List 1 dot remove function is used here, and 30 is the data element which we want to remove. 30, right? After removing 30, it will display in the output new list which we will be left after removing 30. So output will be like this: 10, 20. After removal of 30 it will become 40, 50, 30. Now, if I just want to remove 90, in that case, we have to use list one dot remove 90. Is 90 is present in the list? No, 90 is not present in the list. In that case, it will display value error. So X is not present in the list like this. And let's see all these things practically. Yeah. If I just want to remove 21, in that case, list dot remove function is used here, and 21 is passed as argument. Enter. Int. Now after removing 21, new list will be generated and it will be printed by using print function and by passing list here. Control S and see the output. Yeah, you can see here that 21 has been removed, which is present at the index value 2, 0, 1, 2. So output will be like this: 8, 5, 4, 10, 21. So this is the output. Now, moving to the next function, the name of the function is the pop function. Pop means that removal of anything. Pop function means that removal of anything from at the removal of anything which is present at the end of list, which is present at the end of the list. Suppose returns the index, returns the element whose index is passed as an argument to this function, and also remove it from the list. One question will come in your mind, that what is the difference between remove function and pop function? Remove function will remove the data element, remove the data element, and in case of remove function, as an argument we have to pass data element which we want to remove from the list, right? But in case of pop function, we have to pass index value as the argument of that element which we want to remove from the given list. This is one difference. So we can see here that list 1 is the given list, and I just want to remove element which is present at the given index value 3. So in case of pop function, we have to pass index value as the argument, but in case of remove function, we have passed data element as the argument. So dot pop function, and 3 is the index value, so 0 1 2 3. So element that is present at the 3 index value will be removed from the list, and that is 40. There is another difference between remove function and pop function. By using remove function, after removal of any given data element, in the previous slide, we have seen that uh, to remove any given data element, after removal of that element, if we are going to print the new list, it will display in the output the new list that is not containing that element which we have removed. So in the output, after removing any element, new list will be generated. But in case of pop function, after removing that element that is present at the given index value, that is present at 3 is 40, it will return in the output only and only that data element that is that it has been popped out from the given list. So at index value 3, 40 is present, so in the output it will display only and only that element that has been removed, right? So take one more example: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. List one dot pop function we have used here, but we have not passed any argument here. In that case, which element will be removed from the given list? If there is no argument is passed in case of pop function, it will remove element that is present at the top of the list, or we can say that the element which is present at the end of the list. So here 60 will be removed, 60 will be removed, so in the output we will get 60, right? And if after removal of 60 we just want to display the list, so we have to use print function, and within the print function we have to pass list 1, to output will be like this: 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60 is not present here. So let us see some examples of pop function here. Yeah, suppose I have list containing elements 8, 5, 21, 4, 10, 21, and I have to pop 21. Print Control S. Now run this program. Control S. Error is coming out like this: pop index out of range, because in case of pop we have to pass index value, not data element. So 21 is present at the index value 0, 1, 2, so we have to pass only and only. And By using print function here, we have to get the output. Control S. Now see, yeah, you can see here that 21 is displaying in the output because at the index value of 2, 21 is present. Suppose I just want to get in the output that is present at the index value 3. Control S. Run this program again. Yeah, 4 is displaying in the output because at index value 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. At index value 3, 4 is present here, right? If after removal of that element that is present at the index value of 3, we just want to print new list, control S. What will be the output? Yeah, you can see here that element which have been removed is displaying here, and after removal of that element, new list has become that is containing elements 8, 5, 21, 10, 21. So 4 has been removed from here. Now, some more functions we have left now. Yeah, this is very and very, very interesting function, reverse function. Reverse function is basically it is used to reverse the order of the elements in the given list. It is used to reverse the order of the elements in the given list. Reverse means that if I am writing any list in the form like 1, 2, 3, but I just want in the output like this 3, 2, 1. For that purpose, we have to use reverse function. Suppose list 1 is containing elements 34, 66, 12, 89, 28, 99 like this. And I just want to reverse the list. So in that case, list 1 dot reverse function. And after printing, after using print function, print list 1, output will be like this: 99, 28, 89, 12, 66, 34 in the output. Similarly, we can also reverse all the data elements which are string type, means that which are containing elements which are in the form of alphabets. So tiger, zebra, lion, cat, elephant, dog, right? So here in the output, after reversing the given list, output will be like this: dog, elephant, cat, lion, zebra, and tiger here. So let us do it practically so that things will be more clear to you. Suppose I have list is equal to containing elements 21, 45, 4, 7, 84, and I just want to get the reverse of this list. In that case, I have to use reverse function list dot reverse, and reverse function, and now I am going to print new list that will contain all the elements in the reverse order. Print list, control S, and then run this program. You can see here that after reversing all the elements are like 44, 84, 7, 4, 45, and 21. And we can take one more example, list 1, that is containing elements in the order like Divya, comma, Sonam, uh, Pooja. Now we have to use list dot list, not list 1, because we have named here list 1 dot reverse function. Now print this list 1, control S, and now run this program. Yeah, you can see here that all the elements have been arranged in the reverse order. So first element has become Pooja, Sonam, Divya. Pooja, Sonam, Divya. Yeah. Hope so all things have been clear to you. because we have discussed each and everything theoretically as well as practically. We have some more few functions which we will discuss in the next video. Till that time, I request you that you have to revise all these things on the day basis, so that it will be very easy to learn and remember these things for longer time. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care.